about death's wrath. The rioters planned to stop his evil act. They made a vow to work together as brothers. So they began their drunken rage to protect one another and conquer death, defeat him at all costs. But they had no clue of the extent of their loss. The extent of their loss. We've all got our vice, our evil inside. We've all got that sin that leads us to die. These three rioters also had their demise. Greed and the sins lead them to die. They lead them to die. Soon the rioters fell upon an old man's trail. They rudely asked why he's still living so old and frail. The man explains with pain in his face. Death won't kill him, won't let him meet God's embrace. Hearing death's name caught the rioters by surprise. They accused the old man of being death's spy. The old man says death's waiting under a tree. The drunken rioters ran to meet their enemy. Under the tree surely was their death, but not the killer death you probably suspect. Because under this tree was a pile of gold. In each of their minds a plan began to unfold. They planned to sneak the gold away at night. But because of their greed, they'll be dead by tonight. Dead by tonight. We've all got our vice, our evil inside. We've all got that sin that leads us to die. These three rioters also had their demise. Greed and the sins lead them to die. They lead them to die. The youngest ran to town to get them all a meal. The two remaining riders planned an evil ordeal. They planned to stab their sworn brother in the back, keeping the gold for two and breaking their pact. They then think of all the gold they'll win, while the younger rider plans his own evil and sin. The youngest rider ran to get some food. His greed filled his heart and he planned evil, not good. Along with the food he bought some poison to kill his brothers and leave the gold wide open. None of the riders cared about their other brother. Just greed, gold, and sin, never one another. We've all got our vice, our evil inside. We've all got that sin that leads us to die. These three rioters also had their demise. Greed and the sins lead them to die. They lead them to die. their plans came together and worked perfectly. Their youngest rider was killed greedily. The two remaining riders went to celebrate and have some wine and meet their fate. They soon died from the poison in their drink. Is greed worth your life? What do you think? What do you